ready to go. Mo, who got their bread and butter? Who got their breadsticks? They're free to Olive Garden.
Interesting. Interesting last pick Gyrocopter moves the Bloodseeker to the off lane. Yeah, not 100% sold on that. Oh no, I'm muted on Discord again. Sorry, B-Cup couldn't hear me. Oh, I'm having a rough day today, B-Cup. Give me a break.
I can just guess what you said.
I'll say it again for you, but yeah, last pick Gyrocopter, I'm yet to be convinced. I'm willing to be convinced, but I think this Bloodseeker off lane, not so sure. When I've seen it played recently, it hasn't looked so hot. So I'd probably favour... I'm going to go with Undying. I'm going to go with Undying.
Ooh.
I think coming into this series, they're the team I would have gone for and I would have backed. So, yeah.
That's all you got?
Yeah, Tomato on the Sven. Gonna 1 versus 5. That's the way it goes.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's fair enough.
That's my breakdown of it.
I'm down with that breakdown. Honestly, I didn't think that was what you were going to say when you were muted. I thought you were just being like, all right, we get it with the Olive Garden.
Oh, no. I let you have your moment, B-Cup. It's fine.
Not a moment. It's just breadsticks.
Your way of life.
Yeah, come on. I've actually never been to an Olive Garden.
Oh, now it's coming out.
So we'll see how this goes. Game number 3, do or die time. Makes it more exciting. Like, we had 2 game 3s in the upper bracket, but there's no fear of being eliminated from the tournament. This right here, there's fear. We've watched a lot of these elimination games in the past where teams play maybe a little bit more safe.
I would say I'm excited to see Moonmeander on something other than a Disruptor this time. Like something like this Pangolier that can roam around and cause a bit more chaos. I think more to look forward to for Undying. I'm a little bit worried for Spirit as well, that this Storm, I mean, we saw a good Storm Spirit last game, but I think it's a really good game for it. And we saw what Bryle could do yesterday on this hero. He's very potent. Good small cap block by Miposhka, obviously, against these heroes like Storm. Very important. You want to minimize their farm as much as possible.
And we see... We've seen Bryle go off with this Storm before. It feels like one of those comfort heroes for him. Poshka trying to work with this Coddle with the Illuminate. That puts the Rubik into a 4 position, and we don't really see this hero all too often anymore.
Yeah, I think it's okay against the Storm. It gives you that instant disable in the lift that you're kind of after, right? Like, it's okay. And obviously, like the panel was saying, it's good against the Bane. You can steal grip. That's fine. But I've got a lot of games on this hero. It's my favorite. And it does feel a little bit lackluster at the moment. So I respect the Spirit have gone for it. Obviously, something they're very comfortable with. But again, need to be convinced. Same as the Bloodseeker.
Gyro 1 with Miposhka 5 here on the Coddle. Let's see. Ooh.
That's a nice play.
Shield Crash again. Moonmeander trying to output some damage here onto the Coddle, who will pop that salve, and then he'll illuminate over onto these neutrals and get a deny. So we've seen what Pangos can do early on with the 1-2. The second point in that Shield Crash feels like it could be overwhelming if you're not too careful. Even level 1.
We should say as well, Bryle is absolutely crushing mid right now on this Storm. He's destroying Toronto Tokyo, and it's not close. Like, Toronto Tokyo is saving up for the early bottle, and he has to bring out a salve early on because the lane's going so badly, which is going to delay his bottle even longer.
What China event was it that we were covering together that was the mids just continuing to go back and forth as dude were getting chased down by Collapse? Pops the salve, will survive, but the salve gets stopped pretty early. It was the China event that the mids were just constantly shipping out regen to themselves, not bottles. It was so nuts.
Absolutely no idea.
And now with bottles being so strong with the water runes, it's almost you can't do that anymore, or don't want to as much.
He unblocks his small camp as well, Bryle, so gonna have that to work with moving forward.
Vortex, Slight, Toronto, Tokyo, taking some damage here from Bryle. and starting to catch up a little bit. All of a sudden, he's 12-1. Jumps up from what was 4-0.
Yeah, he's getting there. DB unblocks a small camp as well, so... Trying to take a shot. He used the slide to dodge the remnant damage, but unfortunately doesn't work there either.
Oof.
This...
Really
I was going to say, this top lane run dying is not going well. And I think this is the power of the Keeper of the Light, though, right? I mean, we've been seeing a lot of, like, position 4 Keeper recently. But even the POS 5, like, they have this double range against double melee. It'd be interesting to see what kind of build the Gyrocopter goes for, whether it's like the flat cannon build, or whether it's more points of rocket barrage.
Because in the past, we've seen the skipping of the rocket barrage completely, where it's just 0-4-4.
Yeah, it looks like Yatoro's going flat cannon stats, which I think is absolutely fine.
Yeah, he does it a little bit differently. Goes to it was the 0-1 4 with stats, right?
Yeah, Mimian is just messing around there.
Ooh. And this time he doesn't go to the swashbuckle. He's actually gone to the lucky shot if he can get that to go off. And will one more shot, and there's the first blood, and the Bale with neutrals getting second blood.
Oh. Mirror.
Stormhammer, Brain Sap, the right click damage. Dubu's gonna get a kill there over bottom. And you get the first blood on your Pango. And you said the off lane's not really going that well, but mid and safe lane for Undying are.
Yeah, they're doing really well, the other two lanes. I mean, Bloodseeker's doing well bot lane though, right? He's doing okay. Yeah, I think... it wasn't just the first red as well on the Pango, it's the fact he denies himself to the creeps.
That help from the Gyro mid. Gonna go, they've got the disarm. Do they want to dive it even further? Ryle had a sip left on the bottom on the clarity, doesn't go for it.
Yeah, pushing their advantage with the level 6 difference as well, where the Ember doesn't have it, but the Storm does. Good to see.
Mira.
Good ward deny as well.
This part.
Mira coming over, and we really haven't felt much from this Rubik yet, as Moomeander gets another kill, this time onto Miposhka. You know, one of these games he was dealing with the Wolves. This game, now he's dealing with the Pangolin. It's, you know, I don't think Miposhka will be visiting a zoo anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either. He's gonna stay well away.
Precious bounty.
Trying to take bottles up the DD. Now, I'd be interested to see when Brow decides to make his first rotation here, because like he hasn't got the active rune at 6 minutes, but does he want to try and make a move relatively early anyway, or does he want to wait until that 8-minute rune potentially to get another active? I'm not 100% sure, but just have to see what he does. He's going for that Orchid first as well, we should say. It's not particularly common this tournament. I think we've been seeing a lot of Kaya first.
If that ends up being the case. I like that the Soul Ring on Storm's become a lot more popular. We've been seeing, who was it in the China event that was doing it?
We saw Emo doing it before, and then we were like, oh, this is really cool, and now everybody seems to be doing it. So, I don't know whether Emo set a trend or something, or it was something that was coming through anyway, but...
So, Storm leading the net worth at the moment, 3,100 gold overall, sitting at the top, and then Gyro Sven, as Sven and Bloodseeker kind of even themselves. And you can see Ember 400 gold behind his lane opponent of the Storm, and Ryle just trying to get quickly into this Orchid. They've got the arena down. Miposhka dead once again. This time Saberlight gets the kill. That first arena used by Saberlight.
Yeah, easy to just get a kill, especially with the Gyro's off jungling. You might as well just drop the arena, get the kill.
So now
this is the 8-minute rune we were talking about.
And he pops the double damage and just absolutely rips through Bryle. And now the rune was a regen rune that ended up getting bottled by Bryle as that fight went on.
And they had this amazing start to the game, especially in the mid lane on the Storm, right? And now the Ember's ahead of him in net worth. Like, these two active runes have helped Toronto Tokyo no end here.
They've really kind of stabilized, and not only have they stabilized, they've taken an advantage for the moment for TSpirit. And yeah, it's a couple deaths on Miposhka, 3 of the 4 that they had on this team, but for the moment, Spirit have put themselves in a decent spot. That being said, God Strength used over bottom. They're going to ball lightning look for the Vortex. They'll catch themselves a kill and a collapse as Bloodseeker tries to get away, but unfortunately can't do so with the 3rd hero rotating bot.
I think they were really hoping that the Storm was going to TP back mid again, and they were going to try and go for another kill. But yeah, it ends up just going bot instead. So the support's time mid on Spirit's side a little bit wasted.
Under attack.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
You're replacing some vision within the Radiant jungle. That's catching Bryle just farming up.
And it's that build again from the Gyrocopter, by the way, the Crystallis Rush, trying to maximize the damage output as much as possible.
Was it Crystallis Rush into the Ags?
Yeah, I think he went Crystallis Ags BKB.
Yeah. Mars going for the Blink Dagger. He's got Phase Roots as well as the Soul Ring, but Mars is not really farming that well. Saberlight, despite the fact that he got that kill on a Miposhka, it's been a bit of a slow build-up for him. He's currently 300 gold behind Collapse, so it's not the worst thing in the world, not the worst deficit. You can see that Spirit, they have opened up the map for themselves, and now they've got this Crystallis for Yatoro coming out, and he's going into the Ags next.
Yeah, the Mars starting to run into the jungle as well. He's hunting here, and they see him under a ward, so Yatoro...
Now he's in trouble. Spear connects. Only missile coming out, but Bryle moving around and getting the kill with the help of Saberlight. They move over. They will slow down this Gyrocopter who did pick up that Crystallis, so...
That's a big kill, that one.
Yeah, that'll give away the fact that they have vision on that cliff. Arena ends up getting used now over bottom. They've caught Collapse, and they've got Dubu with the Fiend's Grip. He's just outside the range of the Blood Right, but now with the telekinesis, they'll lift him up and slam him down. I don't know if that's going to help him, but he goes into the pitfall, and ooh, Spear missing. So Moon Meander, Saberlight need to run, but Moon Meander won't have the opportunity with the fact that they've got the Blood Right, Rolling Thunder, and the right clicks coming in from Collapse. Heroes come in, they save the life of the Bloodseeker, maybe even getting a +1 on Saberlight if he's not too careful. You have Slight and Searing Chains available, and down there's the Spear, and Rubik will be hit by that Nightmare.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structure.
Yeah, really well played by TSpirit there. Bryle's starting to push in this mid lane, but yeah, I think the Bloodseeker is so tanky with this hood. Like, he has so much effective HP. If you look at the Radiant side, they don't have a huge amount of physical damage at the moment, right? So this hood,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Keeping the Bloodseeker alive. Good item choice. And they get the bot tier 1 as well. Ooh. So lots of space for the Gyrocopter to open up and farm with, especially around that ancient area, which is where he's going to want to be playing.
So a 1k lead right now for TSpirit, despite the fact that they're getting out killed. 3-1 at the moment. Obviously 6-2 total, but fractions, guys. Toronto Tokyo is up here top. Saberlight maybe looking to drop down an arena and get a spear, but that is a tough ask against this Ember. And ball lining away from Bryle with the TP. He escapes the hands of Toronto Tokyo as well as Collapse. They bring in the arena. They've got the spear that lands on a Collapse. The Blood Right's down, but it's not going to silence up Saberlight. They bring in the rest. They've got the Rupture. Now Collapse getting low, but he's so tanky. He'll walk out of this. Dubu coming over. Sleight of Fist again from Toronto Tokyo, and the Remnant back. Illuminate comes through, doesn't let anybody.
Really well played. The Stolen Nightmare stops the Pango from rolling through with the Rolling Thunder. So, yeah, really well played by Mira. And Orchid's almost online on the Storm here, and I love that they're still looking for a kill, even though he's so close to the Orchid. Like, they don't want to play safe. They understand the timing of the kill is more important than having the item, because they have the damage, just can't seem to quite find it at the moment.
be able to catch themselves. Yatoro on the way back. The scan comes out from the Dire, recognizing that the jungle is safe, but the look over mid is Miposhka collapse. Mira and Toronto Tokyo are here. They fall back. They've got the big pull, and Yatoro is the one to the side that is farming. So they don't find anything on Undying, and Bryle will have that Orchid coming out. Do they smoke up once again?
I don't think so, right?
Bryle has the Orchid. He's going to show in lane, so it's no secret that he has it anymore. I guess the next timing would potentially be the Blink Dagger on the Mars, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what Pango's building, but he's pretty farmed, so Mumianda could be getting... Okay, he's not. He went over Corrosion Tranquils. Okay. Got lots of small items instead, which is fine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think if you're Radiant side there, it's more about hitting the BKB timing on the Sven than anything relatively soon.
Right.
I think you want to hit something like a little bit further down the line, which means you want to slow down the game a little bit, but this Gyro is going to be so strong when he hits his item timings. So it might be a bit worrying for that.
Meander, Sleight of Searing Chains with the Blood Right. Telekinesis, the lockdown is there. The swashbuckle away. Spear pushes them back, and actually Mira's still on the bulwark. They'll throw down the arena. They get the kill on Meander. Now he's going to try and ram it back, but he rammed it into the arena. They've got the sun out on a Saberlight who will be hit by the Blood Right. He's low on health. Ball lightning in, gets the Vortex out on a collapse. That's all automatic committed and not a lot gained by Undying. They lose 2, and Spirit continue to roll through right now. And none of the help from the Sven, really. And they still don't have that blink on Saberlight, so the blink arena is just not a reality.
Yeah, good couple of kills. I think getting the Pango first is going to be really key, right? He's the big team fight for Undying, so if you can take it out straight away, the 5-on-5s are always going to be so much more difficult. Sorry.
Stupendous.
And they're going again. I really like this. They're just relentless with the pressure here.
Toronto Tokyo, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Blood Right, Tomato. He's in some trouble. He's silenced up. They've got the Vortex as well as the Orchid onto Toronto Tokyo, but now the Nightmare that hits on a collapse. They've got the damage to go and get the kill on a dude, but he'll run in knowing he's dead. And it's a killing spree for Team Spirit, who continue to just play high tempo, high aggression, and they're trying to break down the walls and defenses of Undying. And right now, well, the supports are starting to break.
And it looks like they're starting to set up towards top lane as well. I think Saberlight understands something's going on here, but he's going to try and push out another wave, and it might be the end of him. Nice toggle to stop the spear steal coming through. But
Arena TP, and is the homing missile going to be in time? No, it won't.
Gets that then. Yeah, something good Mars players will do. You see Mira tips him. He's like, oh. This good Mars players they will always toggle the bulwark after the spear usage against Rubik. Oh, Mumianda.
Ooh, getting a kill there.
Very dead.
Under the Kaya Sanj has the over corrosion with the phase boots. Toronto Tokyo is having quite the game at the moment, 4-0-2. You can see Team Spirit now with this Ags on Yatoro as well as the Crystalist. They're pushing top. They're grouped up together.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they understand how strong their Gyrocopter is. They understand how strong the Ember is as well. He's gone for this casual Sanj because, you know, especially with the Cotter as well, being able to keep him topped up with mana all the time. Non-stop.
This was on the potential blink reveal, and now they've finally stolen the spear. They're going to throw it over to the Mars. They've silenced him up. They get the kill on a collapse. They'll take it Saberlight. So the offlaners get traded. They go over to Tomato. Beam grip silence on a Toronto Tokyo. He bit off more than he can chew. They get the kill. It's Tomato who comes through with it. Doesn't even have God strength on that, but the Rolling Thunder now hitting on a Miposhka. They find themselves Mira. They get themselves a third kill onto the Rubik. Ball lightning in. Miposhka gone. Double kill for Bryle. And a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Undying.
I think they had vision control that whole fight, right, as well on Undying. They had the ward on the cliff, I'm pretty sure. So they see everything the whole time as well. But just to the left on the high ground, I think they had a ward up there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, really well played by Undying, and a great grip to find the Ember. I think that's the only way they kill him at the moment, right? Because of this casual Sanj, they have to drop everything on him.
Rupture on the Mumiander.
TP.
Swashbuckle and dead.
Dire's structures
Oh,
are
okay.
fortified.
Okay, well, never mind.
Didn't have a TP.
Dire's top tower
He has
is under
pipe first on
attack.
Bloodseeker. Oh.
Dire are scanning.
I would have thought like Atos or something would have been really good this game as well.
Brigande's Blade, and now for the Sven, remove Aqua for the Ember, who's finished off the Kaya, so that'll combine with the Kaya Sanj. Team's sitting pretty
good
close.
actress.
We've talked about how it's been a lot of one-sided
Radiant's
games.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it feels like I mean, we were saying it after the game 2 ended, right before off stream, but yeah, I was saying that there's been a lot of like good games, but they've been very like not back and forth.
Right.
Kind of like one team pushes forward their advantage and they never kind of lose it. So it feels like this is a close one though. So this is this is the kind of game that you want when these two teams feel like so evenly matched almost. Undying probably favoured ever so slightly coming into the series, but I'd say
Blink Arena and the Spirit's gonna miss. Saberlight not getting the advantage off that one, but the Rogue Thunder comes in to get the blood right down. That silences up Saberlight, but the God Strength being used here onto the Bloodseeker
grip on
with
the Ember.
damage, and they get the kill on a collapse. They'll look over, they've got the Fiend's Grip. Do they have the damage to get the kill on Toronto Tokyo? He's trying to remnant away. Swashbuckle disarmed in some trouble. Here comes Yatoro over from the side. Does he have the damage? Ooh, a lot of damage on a Moomiander, and Mira gets credit for that kill. Toronto Tokyo survives it all.
That's pretty funny. You saw the Sven, Tomato on the Sven, like move to the side because you understood what was coming. Moomiander was like, nah, we'll be fine. We'll get him. Just instantly blows up. Look at that damage from the Ember. And he ends up surviving as well, which is such a big moment in the game, potentially.
Radiant's
It's the small things that are going to make the difference here. DB sees the haste ring.
He picks it up. Mira's got this stolen war cry.
It's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a good spot to have. I like that he's going Blink first as well on Mira. I mean, you see so many Rubiks that go like Aether Lens first, it feels like. And I think Blink Force is really strong on this.
Searing Chains not once but twice, and there's the telekinesis into the Illuminate. Saberlight trying to leave, and he does get that bulwark off.
It's like baiting him into just trying to steal Spear.
Now he's hit with Call Down, Searing Chains, he's locked up, and he'll be killed off.
Can they look towards Roche now, potentially? I don't know how confident they feel, but while doing a good job of pushing out the mid lane as well, though, at the same time.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So right now a 2K lead, they'll take the top tier 1. They have not backed off into Roche yet. You've got 4 until you've got Dubu back up 6 until Saberlight.
This Ember Spirit build is going to be really defensive though. He's going Kaya Sanj into Lincolns.
Trying to avoid that Fiend's Grip. He said that was one of the only things that really messes with him.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like the pull on the Storm. It's the Sven stun. Just get rid of these disables, but it does mean that his damage output might be a little bit lacking. Obviously, he has the Chakra Magic from the Kotl to help with spell usage, but it's like physical damage and whatnot. It's going to be a bit lackluster.
Is under attack.
TPing in.
More about
smoke.
And more about taking these long fights for the Ember with that kind of build. And there's the Blink.
Survival and control, the name of the game right now for the Ember. They've got Yatoro, who's got Ags, Chrysalis, BKB going into the Daedalus Satanic next. They had TP top on Undying to smoke and maybe make a move, knowing that Spirit was near their triangle. Spirit have smoked themselves, but that's going to run out. Put right down mid, and there's the smoke. Still going to make the move. They're going to ball landing in with the Stormhammer. They've got the call down coming in. Can they get anything from this? The arena's going to be down around on the 3. Collapse can't do anything with this with the BKB being popped. Storm's got the Fiend's Grip on Yatoro. They get the kill on Amira as well as Maposhka. They take a Brown and Dubu. So it's a 2 for 2 so far. Moomiander stuck in place. He's ruptured for the moment. Shield crashes forward. He'll end up dead a little bit quicker, and that is to collapse.
Yatoro did so much damage to that Storm. I don't know how he died so quickly, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
absolute madness. Great fight for Spirit though. They find a big core kill, which I think is the obviously going to be the massive one here. When you play these mobile heroes like Storm and Ember, and it is good games for both of them. You know, any kill you can get on them feels great. We've seen what a free Storm game can do last time. So, right, keep that hero down as much as possible. And they're going to head into the roast pit. This is what we were saying before. When were they going to try and look for that timing?
Been there for a second.
Okay, no, they're not. Never mind.
Don't fully commit. Scan is there though, and that might draw them over. Got Mars over bottom. He doesn't have arena for 13 more seconds. He's just trying to push in, potentially help get this tier 1 over in the bot lane, and now he's going to TP to the tier 2. We're going to get something to happen.
This Gyrocopter almost has daybreak. Stun on the Storm.
Yeah, they've got the stun on the Storm, trying to get the kill here, and they will. Illuminate comes through, Mabushka gets the kill on the Bryon. They're going to Rolling Thunder, but Collapse had the Rupture on him, and he Rolling Thunders to his death. You've got the Rubik's Cube.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just Rolling Thundering.
That's a really good steal for the Rubik as well, because you can use lift while you're rolling. So you can set up really well for like chain sets and things. That's pretty good. And Spirit definitely in the driving seat here.
It doesn't look like Undying are going to be able to steal this at all. Now 6,000 net worth now.
And this Gyrocopter really clicking here. I mean, they're going to smoke up, but it's just too late. The Roach is going to die. And you see all of a sudden they kind of stand still and they're like, what do we do now? What are we hoping for here?
They're hoping to get a kill. They're going to look over at Collapse, so at least get themselves a kill into the Bloodseeker. They got the silence though onto the Sven. Yatoro wanting to chase. They've got a homing missile coming in.
He has BKB available still on the Sven, so I think he should be fine here, but... Alright, they get a kill on the Bloodseeker. That's good, but my worry is now that they've got strength us out and everything, I think Spirit just go again when the Bloodseeker's up, right? They're going to look to fight straight away because they know there's no ult on the Sven. Be interesting to see if Undying try and do something here while the Bloodseeker's still dead, but it's going to be difficult to achieve.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
What's he building next on the Gyrocopter?
Gyro is going Satanic after finishing off this Daedalus, and they've, I believe, picked up a Crystallis on Sven. Yeah.
I mean, this Gyrocopter's a little bit ahead. Just farming really well at the moment. And this is the power of the flat cannon stats build, right? Just so much HP, you're so tanky and difficult to kill.
All into the stats then, 2, 1, 4, 3.
Was that a Yasha? I think he actually had to keep up on the gyro there instead.
Yeah, he's eyeing it out.
So he's going S and Y most likely.
First, yeah. He's got that queued after the Satanic, so.
Yeah, I think against Bane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
In particular, S and Y always going to be good. Never a bad choice. It's my small camp. Mine.
Yeah, he's trying to get into a BKB, and so is the Storm desperately.
I mean, they desperately need their BKBs though, right? At this point in the game, when you're playing against like this Copter, especially the Ember with the chains.
Spear landing onto the Gyro. They've got themselves the Electric Vortex, but now they've got the rolling Rubik's Cube coming in. The arena is around Yatoro. He does have an Aegis to work with, and the damage from Tomato coming in and collapsing at the come to the Bloodseeker. They're taking the first life out of the hands of the Gyrocopter. Now the ball lightning as well as the silence onto the Rubik. They're trying to get the kill here on Amira. That should be a second. It will be, but they finally end up losing Saberlight. Toronto Tokyo moving forward. They've got the root on the Moomiander. Fiend's Grip from Dubu keeps Yatoro out of the fight with the BKB still rolling on him, so he might be a little bit more scared to come in on this. They look over at Toronto Tokyo, who pops the illusion rune to help get himself a little bit of escape. They look over at Brown. The damage coming in though on Tomato from Yatoro is more than Tomato can output. The remnant forward, Dubu with a nightmare. Now the Searing Chains, they'll get themselves another onto the Bane. They fought back on the Mars. Saberlight trying to make something happen. He's got the spear, and that will land onto the tower. Bryle with the follow-up lockdown. They've got themselves the Vortex as well as the silence. Do they have the damage to get the kill? They do, just barely. Saberlight gets credit for the kill on a Toronto Tokyo, and Moomiander moving in on a Mabushka. Mabushka trying to run. A grenade thrown over onto the Coddle. Little Chakra Magic. They've got Saberlight. They'll land another spear and get the kill.
Really good fight. A bit of a mistake from Undying.
Middle tower is under
But
attack.
they used the sleep on the Ember, sorry, right? But they
Radiant's middle tower has
slept up the Sven for a split second while they were trying to go on the Ember because the Nightmare passed over instead of waking him up.
Right.
Because the pull doesn't do any damage, so it doesn't stop the Nightmare, right? They get the kill in the end anyway. And that's what matters. It does cost them a saving like buyback, so not a cheap one necessarily, but
Ooh, they get a psychic headband
that's good on the
on Undying. And it's going to be good because they want ways to break that Lincoln's.
Wait, who has a Linkers?
The Ember.
Oh, the Ember. Yeah, of course. Sorry. I guess that's pretty good. Yeah.
Dire's bottom.
We were talking about it before, right?
Yeah.
With Toronto Tokyo on the Storm.
I think it'll be difficult for the Bane to use that in that way, though, right? Because the Psychic Headband's not a particularly large cast range. It's okay, but yeah. If he ever gets in range of the Ember to cast Psychic Headband, unless he's like the Ember's going on him, then the Bane's probably going to die. The reason why I was talking about Gyrocopter's item build before, because I was wondering if he'd go for something like a Butterfly potentially against the Sven as well.
Ooh. EKB now picked up for the Storm, but Brile will have a little bit more freedom here in these fights. Silver Edge being built for the Sven. They've used the smoke. They're going to play in the guns of the spear. Goes the doctor. The BKB, but the blood is going to save their guns. The Electric Vortex. The arena is down. The BKB has gone off, but Yatoro cannot get to the finish line on this one. He's going to die very early into the fight. They'll TP out the Sven. They'll start to escape, and Moonyander, oh, he'll swashbuckle away from the side of TSpirit, who lose the gyro but take the Bane.
Yeah, really good pick off. I mean, it's not him not having Aegis anymore. He does die with the insane amounts of burst damage that the Radiant have. And you see with the end of the God Strength, they're going to try and carry on here. And at least see if they can find something else. Doesn't look like they're going to get anything, but well played by Undying. Like, the Gyrocopter does have to respect the Sven still, right? And
ooh.
good lift.
Blink telekinesis. They've gotten the lockdown on the Saberlight. They were looking for the Sleight of Fist as well as the Searing Chains, but now they're going to Ball Lightning and find themselves a kill and a collapse. They get the kill on the Bloodseeker. Ball Lightning in. Maposhka's gone too. Want a +1 by killing off the Rubik. Mira, though, he's got Swashbuckle. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains come through on the Sven as well as the Pangolier.
I don't understand why TSpirit are trying to fight without the gyro. You know, like, there's no need for you to force an engagement there without your, big hard hitter.
Dire's middle tower.
Stolen Stormhammer, some extra lockdown there for Mira if he can leave, and he will.
It's a good steal. Especially because of the big cast range that Rubik has. Like, makes any sudden steal feel much better. Do you see what I mean about the Ember build, though? Like, he has this Kaya Sanj into Lincoln, so it feels like he isn't really doing a huge amount of damage anymore.
Right.
Like, he needs this Aghanim as quickly as possible, really, so he actually feels like he's a threat in the fights. Because otherwise, they can kind of just ignore him and go for the gyro the whole time instead. Which is going to get much harder when he has the Satanic, we should point out, but...
I don't see Moonyander being the Observer Ward here. Something is that Moonyander or Arteezy. He said the words!
It is NA.
It is. He's still just standing there. There we go. I know he blinks down.
Great game, though. Like, we said it before, but it's been that close one that we were hoping for. And you can tell that it's an elimination game as well, right? Because both teams are kind of a little bit more afraid to make mistakes than they were in the game 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And that's something we alluded to in the beginning of the game, knowing that it's an elimination.
Yes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's skirting away.
Just barely. It's turned into a 3K lead here for TSpirit. Scan lands and it's on to Sven.
Spirit, yeah, they had this big lead before, as you can see, but Undying been doing a really good job to get themselves back into that game. That kill on the Gyrocopter before was obviously the big one. Is he close to the Satanic yet? Because he is still like 2,000 gold ahead of the Sven. So if you can survive that initial burst that the Sven has with the Satanic on the Gyro, then they don't really have great sustained damage on the Undying side, like throughout the whole fight.
He's trying to get himself the Satanic. Meanwhile, Telekinesis comes through. They've got the arena. That's going to be around onto the Rubik. Mira, well, they'll end up stealing Swashbuckle. He's trying to escape, and I believe he swashbuckled into the walls of the arena, but they get the kill on the dude, but they'll throw down the call down.
No, they trade 1 for 1. I think good play by Mira, though, to initiate the fight in the first place. Like, if the Bane's going to step up like that, you have to try and punish him. Like, especially hold your defensive ward on the high ground as well. Because at least if a fight does kick off there, that they have the vision to play around.
And that's knowing that Mira is willing to give up his own life just to get that kill. And
yeah,
punish.
I mean, obviously he would have liked to have just been able to pick off the Bane and then get out again. But... And there's the Satanic on the Sven. I wonder why he goes for next. I do think if one of the... Yeah, the Gyro's queued up the Butterfly now. This is kind of what I was hoping for before, but he has the effective HP for it to be of use now.
Sven's got the Swift Blink queued up, and Gyro's got the Butterfly. Ember going Ags.
He's probably going to realize that he needs the MKB.
They looked over and found Moon Meander. They're going to steal the Rolling Thunder again. Yes. Another really good one to take, and it's not one that gets used immediately, so they can kind of play around that option.
Big win for TSpirit. Because when he uses the Rolling Thunder, like, what's their answer? Right, the only real physical damage, like we said before, is the Sven, and they have the Fiend's Grip, but are you going to use that on a Rubik? I don't think so.
Spirit, let's see if they can start to bring back this game into their favor. They had played the first 20 minutes or so quite well, and now they need to kind of keep up with their lead. As both teams go for a smoke with Roche being back up in 15 seconds. The winner of this fight most likely gets Roche.
They're both swapping high grounds right now.
Either team has scan.
Spirit are going to set up the vision. Mira.
Oh.
Low ground. Leave your Spirit here. You really want to play around your own vision. You don't want to push up too far.
And they're going to push up very far. The arena's going to be a miss from Saberlight immediately into the Rolling Thunder. Now they're going to look over the Bloodseeker with the Lotus Orb. He'll be okay for now, but the Rolling Thunder finally hits on to Collapse. They've got the Rupture that hits Moon Meander. The Rolling Thunder coming through and hitting onto the Sven. They've got the Telekinesis to lock them up. They're looking for the Remnant to go over onto the Storm Spirit. They get the kill on Moon Meander as well as trade Mira. Fiend's Grip out onto Toronto, Tokyo. They're trying to destroy 2 cities at once. They've got the Vortex coming through, and they won't get Toronto, Tokyo, or the Gyro yet. They'll instead lose Dumu. Remnant forward to Team Saberlight in trouble. Spider Fist from Toronto, Tokyo. He's got the help from Yatoro, and they should be able to get the kill here onto the Mars. The right-click damage coming in, and they'll finally finish off Saberlight, taking out a third.
Yeah, and you can see the problem. Like they have this grip, amazing grip on the Ember, but because the Sven's not within touching distance, their damage is just so lacking. Like even this Storm with a decent amount of network he has just doesn't do enough because of the such tanky build from the Ember.
Played very well from Spirit to gain back a lot of that lead, and they're going to go to the high ground.
They're going to force the Saberlight buyback here, and if you look at his network, he's already really struggling. So if he is forced to use this here, he's going to be so far behind.
I know. I think they're looking at conceding at least the top set of racks. Bottom and mid are pushing out. Roche was not taken, and Yatoro will set up posture, take the top set of racks, and then most likely the team will back up and look towards Roche.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, what's on the Roche this time? Is it the second Roche, I think, right?
Yeah, so the shard is available.
I don't know if the Rubik has one, but it's pretty good on him.
He doesn't have one yet.
Could potentially give it to the Keeper of the Light as well if he doesn't have one. The recall, pretty good.
It's going to be too slow of a movement from Undying if they're looking to go and get near this.
Yeah, it feels like that's 2 times in a row they smoke and it's slightly too late, right? Good chains.
Spotting Dubu, and they have the vision. They're going to spot him. They've got the BKB popped by Brian. Brian's taking a lot of damage from Yatoro. He needs to be very careful and finally start to turn this around. They've got Tomato going in with the Satanic and the right damage going on the Yatoro. But Yatoro, your Satanic, it's not better than mine because I've got the team around me and I'll get the kill on Tomato and Moon Meander. They'll also finish off Dubu. Undying on their last leg.
The race car. Yeah, and the thing is, even if Sven buys back here, he's not going to have the god strength available, so is it really worth it? You saw the power of the butterfly, though, in that fight. The Sven not able to stand his ground whatsoever. Even when both carries have got their Satanics on.
Blink, Mira, Telekinesis coming in. Now they're going to ball lightning, make something happen through Man Vortex with the spear coming through. Now we're looking at Babushka. They'll fly back up top, and he's taking up Wilson Woods. They'll find Sharvik, and now they're going to go after Saberlight. They finish off the Mars, the collapse getting low, but the right click damage just isn't enough. He doesn't have the God Strength. He's used the Satanic already, and they're going to lose Tomato for the second time. He's dead for 2 minutes. Ball lightning over, looking for Toronto Tokyo. Finishes off Dulu with the side of Fist. Remnant, Bryle in some trouble. They've got the call down. Triple kill for Toronto Tokyo. Make it. Oh, not a 4-kill ultra kill there for Toronto Tokyo. But there it is. There's the full team wipe. TSpirit will cut the journey of Undying short here, and they will move on to the second round of the lower bracket, eliminating Undying.
Yeah, a bit of a